In a quaint little town nestled by the edge of a mystical forest, resided the Johnson family. Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, along with their 2 children, Tommy and Lily, lived in a cozy cottage. They were a happy family, and their hearts were warmed by the presence of their beloved cat, Whiskers. One sunny morning, as the Johnsons sat down for breakfast, they noticed Whiskers acting peculiarly. He was pacing back and forth near the kitchen window, his tail swishing anxiously. Curiosity piqued, the family turned their attention to the window and gasped in horror. There, perched menacingly, was an enormous spider with gleaming, multiple eyes. "Oh dear," exclaimed Mrs. Johnson, clasping her hands together. "That spider is absolutely gigantic. It looks like it could devour us in one gulp." Tommy and Lily, wide-eyed and fearful, clung to their parents, their imaginations running wild with tales of spiders and their wicked intentions. The whole family watched in trepidation as the spider crept closer to their cottage, its hairy legs sending shivers down their spines. But Whiskers, always quick-witted and brave, sprang into action. He leapt onto the windowsill, puffing out his fur and arching his back to appear as large and fierce as possible. With an echoing hiss that resonated through the room, Whiskers stared intently at the spider, determined to protect his family. "Back off, you vile spider," Whiskers bellowed with authority. "This is our home, and we won't allow you to harm us." The spider froze, caught off guard by Whiskers' audacity. It took a step back, seemingly intimidated by the fearless feline before it. Sensing the opportunity, Whiskers continued his defensive display, his hisses growing more fervent. The spider, overwhelmed by Whiskers' tenacity, retreated further into the forest, disappearing from sight. The Johnsons couldn't believe their eyes, they had been saved from the clutches of the terrifying spider, all thanks to their heroic cat. Overwhelmed with gratitude and relief, the Johnsons rushed towards Whiskers, showering him with hugs, praises, and words of adoration. "You are our hero, Whiskers," Tommy exclaimed, his face beaming with joy. Lily held Whiskers close, tears streaming down her face as she whispered her gratitude into his furry ear. Even Mr. and Mrs. Johnson couldn't contain their emotions, expressing their heartfelt appreciation for their feline companion. To celebrate Whiskers' bravery and honor his gallant act, the Johnsons decided to throw a magnificent party that evening. They invited the entire town, spreading the word of their courageous cat's feat. The cottage was adorned with colorful banners, and the air was filled with the delicious aroma of home-cooked delicacies. As the evening descended, the cottage brimmed with laughter, music, and the warmth of celebration. Whiskers, wearing a dashing bow tie around his neck, proudly roamed through the festivities. The townspeople marveled at his bravery, patting his soft fur and offering him treats as a token of their admiration. The mayor of the town took center stage, holding a shiny trophy in his hands. With a beaming smile, he announced, "Today, we gather to honor Whiskers, the fearless feline who protected the Johnson family from the clutches of a colossal spider. Whiskers, you have shown us the true meaning of courage, and for that, we shall forever be grateful." The crowd erupted into applause and cheers, their voices resonating with appreciation for Whiskers. The mayor approached Whiskers, presenting him with the trophy, a gleaming golden statue of a cat with a heroic pose. Whiskers graciously accepted the honor, his eyes gleaming with pride as the townspeople applauded him. As the night wore on, the Johnsons and their guests reveled in the joyous atmosphere. Whiskers, the center of attention, basked in the adoration and companionship of both his family and the townsfolk. It was a night of merriment, where tales of Whiskers' bravery were shared, and laughter filled the air. Eventually, the festivities came to an end, and the Johnsons bid their guests farewell. They returned to their cottage, carrying with them the memories of a remarkable day. Whiskers hopped onto his favorite cushion by the fireplace, purring contentedly. As the family gathered around Whiskers, their hearts filled with love and gratitude. Mrs. Johnson gently stroked his fur, whispering, "You are more than just a cat to us, Whiskers. You are our hero, our protector." Tommy and Lily nodded, their eyes shining with affection for their fearless feline friend. They couldn't imagine their lives without Whiskers' unwavering bravery and unwavering love. From that day forward, Whiskers became a legend in the town, his tale passed down from generation to generation. His bravery reminded everyone that even the smallest and seemingly ordinary among us could possess extraordinary courage. And so, Whiskers continued to live a charmed life in the Johnsons' cottage, forever cherished and adored. His days were filled with warmth, love, and, of course, his favorite treat, delicious tuna. For he was not just a cat, he was a hero, a furry guardian who had saved his family from the clutches of a terrifying spider. And as the Johnsons drifted off to sleep that night, they knew in their hearts that they were safe and protected, thanks to the fearless Whiskers, their beloved cat who had forever etched his name in their hearts and in the annals of the town's history.